Hello again guys, and welcome back to Sid Meier's Civilization 5. We are continuing to crush Mongolia. In fact, we're not too far away from taking them down. We've already started to attack their capital city of Karakorum, so I'm sure it won't be long before we have that. Then all we have to do is take Stockholm from Sweden, which shouldn't be too much of a problem, and then we can literally just throw ourselves at the Incans. Although their capital city is very well guarded by a lot of ships, although we are going to amass quite a lot of submarines to deal with that. So, without messing around any further, let's carry on. I admit that with this playthrough, we're not going to get to see much of the end game sort of units, particularly some of the bigger ships, which is a little bit of a shame. I mean, I could drag this game out to make it take longer, but that's not the sort of way that I like to do things. I'm playing it at a decent pace, and you know, if I end up winning at this pace, that's fine. I'm not going to deliberately slow things down just to get to the end game stuff. So we've got a promotion or two here. Let us give you well, we'll give you one or the other, so it doesn't really make any difference. You do need to heal up, though, so you are going to sit there. Turfan seems fairly safe now. I think we've destroyed most of the units. You see some settlers have popped out from Karakorum. We need to deal with those quite quickly. You're going to move a little bit closer to the coast for better range, but apart from that, you are going to heal up. You are going to... 1, 2, 1, 2. You are going to move in, and you're going to fire at these settlers, because as much as I'd like to do all of the damage I can to Karakorum right now, the last thing I want them doing is actually going off and settling another city somewhere. So we need to deal with that one quite quickly. You have the range. And I think you're the one with logistics, so you get the double attack, so you can even fire at Karakorum on this turn too. So we're going to give them no quarter at all. You are going to... Right, you've got the range of 3 as well. It's going to take you a couple of turns to get there though, sadly. You also have a range of 3, so we're going to get you over there. We're going to get our Great Admiral up here as well. And we are going to take so many ships. Let's just get all you guys around here. It'll take you quite some time, actually. Is it worth me starting to move some ships over towards... Oh, wow. Sweden have got another city up there. Yeah, we will start to move some ships over towards Stockholm. It doesn't take us very long to get there, actually. We've got quite some good movement going on. So, Sweden is building up an army with naval escorts for a sneak attack against another civilization. Doesn't tell us who that is. Could well be us. Would not be surprised in the slightest. Got a fair bit of money going on now. What I might need to do is start getting some submarines built. I've got one being built at Madrid. We can also see here that the Incans seem to have a little bit of a thing going on, and they seem to be heading in my direction. So, just because I have the money to do so, I'm going to insta-purchase a submarine, and we should be able to take most of these out before they even get landed. Let's choose a production at London. What can we go for here? Still no wonders yet, which is a little bit of a shame. I don't really want to waste this great engineer on something that will build quite quickly. But, yeah, submarine. We're going to need quite a few of these, I have a feeling. Finish the hotel at Edinburgh. What else do we need building here? Let's go for a Colosseum. We could do for a little bit more happiness. We have a new policy. Let's go back into our ideological tenants. So, 1 happiness from every local observatory. Not all that useful. Tourisms to other civilizations. Not all that useful. New cities start with an extra 3 population. Absolutely not useful at all. What would be the best thing to have here? I guess we could go for factories and increase our science outputs. Probably the best thing we can do. Try and get some better tech. Although we are quite ahead, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Privateer has now fully healed. That's fine. You can just sit there and guard for the time being. You need orders, but you can't do anything because you have already taken your turn. You're not going to do anything either. You're just going to sit there. So we'll end the turn there. And ship of the line, where are you going to go? Let's just move you forward. And we have you. You are... Where are you heading to? I think you're kind of on guard duty, which is fine. I'm going to keep you down here, and then if the Incans decide to attack, I've got a little bit of protection on this side of the map, although that does seem to be quite a big force. Also need to keep my eye on Helsinki down here, because they could be problematic later on. Not that I think they can mount much of an attack from Helsinki when I do finally go to war with them. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem. What I should probably also do then as well is start to get my trebuchet into place. So that's not too much of a bad idea. We can fire on Helsinki with it. So let's go on to the next turn. Obviously we're not going for Helsinki just yet. And it's not our war goal, but it gives us the opportunity to actually get rid of it. And there goes the camera being wild again. So, are the Incans going to declare war? Well, they haven't done on this turn. It's the city-state's turn. I'm definitely going to have a look and see what they're doing down there near Barcelona and Madrid. It's a little bit worrisome. So, yeah, you guys are going to make your way onto there and set up ready for an attack. So, when we go to war, you're already set up. Right, what's going on down here? Yeah, you see, they do have these units. You are going to move into position. And if they decide they're going to attack, they're going to have some problems. What else do we have? Right, you guys now are all pretty much in position to just completely bombard. I should have actually given you this first. Let's give you the bombardment against land units. Not that you need it. Should have just given you the additional movement. This one ship now is so overpowered. It's got so many buffs I can't even see them all on the screen. Anyone else that is in range, right, you're not in range and you don't have a double range, which is a little bit of a problem because it means you can take a hit from the city, but I guess somebody has to be a bit sacrificial, and of course putting it within 2 tiles of the city blockades it, so it's not all bad. You are also out of range, so let's move you in. Obviously we want to avoid losing ships. We will be taking Karakorum, of course, because we need to take the capitals. Now, this means that we can't raise it, of course. So, all of our ships will then end up in friendly territory, and they should be fine. So, you don't have the range buff either, which is a bit of a shame. As you can see, it's taking a lot of damage. Now, you do have the range, which means you can stay out of the way. So, we'll put you over here. You can have a shot. Right, of course, you fired but can't do anything. You've used all of your movements. You're going to sit there because you can't do anything either. Right, what else do we have? You're going to have a little explore around over here and just see if the Incans are trying anything on this side of the map. Doesn't look like they are right this minute. And that was a relatively uneventful turn. So let's go on to the next turn and see what happens. We'll probably get some... Yeah, I thought so. We were going to get some half moves. Oh, wow. Sweden really are amassing a bit of a navy, although it's not exactly... not exactly the height of technology. I don't think we need to worry too much about them for now. I think we'll leave you there on alert mode just so we can see what's happening. And of course we have our Great Admiral, so let's move you up where you are going to be a bit more beneficial to the fleet. And you can just sit there and do nothing. No point popping him just to heal the ships. It's pretty pointless. So some ships are going to take a lot of fire from cannons and from Karakorum. Like this ship, if it stays here, it's going to get destroyed on the next turn. So I will be moving that ship out. Well, the Incans have just had their turn and they didn't declare war on me. And Sweden has just had their turn and they haven't declared war on anybody. I wouldn't have thought Sweden would declare war on me. I would assume they consider me far too big with too many forces to worry about. So we'll see what happens there. Melbourne's having a few issues with some pirates, but they seem to be dealing with that quite nicely. So let's bear in mind, not only am I pretty massive as far as civilization goes, I've also got quite a few allied city-states as well, so Okay, archers firing at privateers. Well, we can actually go and help with that. I do have a unit somewhere around here, because it's the one that I was using to keep my eye on the Incans. Where did I put it? It's not there, it's further over. There we go. You. Move down here. Fire at these idiots. Now, admittedly, I won't be able to wipe the camp out, but I will certainly be able to kill off the archers, which will stop them firing at passing ships. Although Vilnius isn't actually my ally. But they don't dislike me either, and again, it's gold and it is additional culture. York has finished its public school, so let's go on and build that factory so we can get our additional science. Before I forget as well, let's come down here and just set up this. Do you know what I should have done actually, which was a very, very silly mistake, and I'm going to go and resolve that now, is I should have upgraded it to a cannon before I brought it out, because the trebuchet is going to be absolutely useless. Right, okay, let us continue our bombardment. You are going to move out because you are in very real danger of getting destroyed. So we'll put you down here where you will be safe. Everybody else is going to fire at Karakoram. Not entirely sure we're going to be able to do enough damage to it on this turn to take it. We certainly will be able to on the following turn. Although saying that, we've still got 3 shots left to go with what we've got here, plus the attack from the Ironclad. There's a very real possibility that we will be able to take it on this turn. Get another shot from you. That leaves it with very little health. And this will take it. So we now have the capital for Mongolia as well. And we are going to create a puppet because we don't want to deal with the unhappiness right away. So a unit needs orders. Well, you can't do anything for the time being. What are we going to do with you? We're going to sail you over towards Sweden, because we do need to deal with Sweden. You're going to stay here and heal. And you might as well stay there as well for now. So let's go on to the next turn. So we should probably take Sweden out next. They're going to be relatively easy. They do have a little bit of a navy. But, yeah, they're not going to be doing a lot with it. They mainly seem to be caravels. So the Inca's turn has passed. They haven't declared war on anybody. And Sweden's turn has passed. They haven't declared war on anybody. My happiness is dropped down considerably. Mainly because of the size of Karakoram. So if we'd have actually annexed it, we would have gone into a negative happiness-wise. So I'm glad that we just went for that. Right, we've got flight now, which is great. We have a unit promotion here. We are going to give you the extra targeting range, because that's pretty much the most useful thing we can get for anybody. Karakoram is now connected up. Turfan is now connected up. Because obviously we have harbours. Enemy unit spotted near our territory. Of course, they've got Beshbalik up here still, which we do need to be aware of. We do have the slight little issue that because this is still a puppet city and it is in resistance, we can't actually fire at the enemy units from the city. So we're going to be using our ships to do so. Now again, I could be going for the cannons, which do the most damage, but I'm not. I'm going for the riflemen, and that is because the riflemen are a melee unit. They're the ones that can actually take the city. So the cannon can pound away on the city all day long and take its health down to nothing, but the point is, if they don't have a melee unit within range to capture it, it doesn't matter squat. I'm going to move that one further away, just so it's out of range of the cannon. And you have double shots, so I think what I'll do is I'll move you up here. Now you're out of range of the cannon, but you should be able to hit it, and you should be able to... If you don't kill it in the first shot, you get a second shot anyway. Killed it in the first... Nope, thought we killed it in the first shot, we hadn't. There we go. Don't think we're going to be having too many problems there. Let's put you onto alert. Ironclad can heal up. Oh, Incan settlers. Interesting. We'll move you down and get you to fire at these pirates. Now, who are these? This is Vilnius. We really need to get Vilnius on our side. They've got 6 privateers down here. I'd sooner have them with me than against me, let's put it that way. So Vilnius, let's give you a gift and give you as much gold as I can. Vilnius are now my allies. So that's a lot more ships that have suddenly added to my fleet. Now what we could do, of course, is we could try and go for peace with Mongolia. That would be the best, most sensible thing to do right now. So let's negotiate peace. And he just wants a white peace. He doesn't particularly have anything that we need. Let's see if he'll give me spices. No. He won't give me spices, even though I could quite easily just destroy him at this point. Okay, don't give me the spices then. How about you give me your gold? No. Doesn't want to give me anything, really, does he? 1 gold per turn? No. So you'll only go for white peace. That's fine. I just can't be bothered with the war anymore. So we're no longer at war, which is good because it means I don't have to worry about him attacking me from Beshbalak anymore. You can stay there for the time being. I've obviously got a unit that's going to need an order in a second. And I have. So we're basically kind of having a look round to see what Stockholm is up to. Yerevan could be on our side as well. That'd be useful. So I'm sorry, Sweden. I'm sorry that it has to be you next. But you didn't really expand quickly enough or aggressively enough. And despite building a little bit of a navy, it's too little too late. Your science seems quite low. You're still using crossbowmen. And yeah, you've kind of got yourself selected because you're the little guy. Although saying that, being the little guy actually kept you safe for most of the game. Our happiness suddenly jumped up to 22. I don't know why we suddenly got that massive boost. Obviously something happened. Okay, so let's see what we've got going on. We've got another unit promotion here. Let us give you some additional movement. I'm not too worried about their settlers because they're going to continue to pop settlers up all over the place anyway. Let's just hope those barbarians respawn. Although the Incans will get to move first, so that's a bit of a shame. Okay, Madrid, you have finished your submarine, which is fantastic. Let's go for a factory, and we're going to take that submarine. Where are you moving all of these units? You're definitely heading somewhere with them, aren't you? So getting very close to Melbourne. Really need to keep my eye on these guys. I'm not 100% certain about what they're doing. All I know is I don't like it. Submarines, though. How quickly can you get up towards Sweden? 2 turns, so not a problem at all. Nottingham has finished construction of the bank, so again, let's go for a factory. We need to upgrade these trebuchets to... Why can't we upgrade these trebuchets to cannons? Have we actually missed out gunpowder? Chemistry, yeah, we've missed out chemistry completely. Is it worth me getting chemistry? It probably isn't. I'm not really going to use them in that sort of capacity, so why bother? Which means what I probably should do is move this trebuchet down here as well. These trebuchets are probably going to get destroyed very, very easily, but not a lot I can do about that. You have healed, so you can also make your way over to deal with the Swedish problem. We won't declare war on them on the next turn. We will give ourselves some time to get into position. It is going to take a while to get some of these ships over there, despite the fact we have an amazing amount of movement. I should just do this by clicking on the minimap. It's a lot easier. So, unit needs orders. You're fully healed. You can get yourself over here nice and easily. You're already here, which is fantastic. Yeah, I definitely want to keep the... I was thinking that maybe I want to keep some of these units around just in case we have to deal with the Incans, but... right, the Ironclad for the time being... Yeah, I think you can come, actually, because we are actually going to need a melee ship in order to take over Stockholm. You are going to stay there. So many boats to move now, it's absolutely unbelievable. We're also going to start getting cancelled orders because they're going to start landing in the same hexes. We're going to move you into Karakorum because we know we can transport you somewhere else. So we can... Where's closest? We could move you to Madrid. So if we do that and then just transfer you to Madrid, you'll get there a fair bit quicker. Now that I know that I can do that, I'm going to completely abuse the privilege. Now, what can you guys do? Got some workers up here who don't really have an awful lot they can do. fact, you don't have a lot you can do at all, do you? No point having you then. Might as well just delete you. Save some money. Next turn. Let's see what happens. Mongolia has denounced Germany. Oh, well, fine if you two want to squabble over little things. We are researching electronics now, which means that we'll be able to get aircraft carriers and battleships. So before I actually take on the Incans, I'll probably be upgrading my ships of the line to battleships. Not sure if I'll have time to get any carriers out, and carriers are a little bit pointless unless you've got aircraft anyway. Now we have researched flight, but I haven't actually built any aircraft yet. But it might be worth doing it. So there's still some pirate action going on down near Melbourne. I'm not too bothered about that. Back to my turn. London has completed its submarine, and I think what I will do then is I will start to build a few bombers. Let's actually start getting some of these things in place. I'm going to send some more submarines out just to keep my eye on things, because I'm not really trusting the Incans. I don't know where the rest of their units have gone that they had over here. Where were they? They were down here somewhere. Yeah, they've still got quite a few of them around Melbourne. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing, but I don't like it. Okay, so our Admiral is here. We are going to try and get you over towards Stockholm. We're probably going to lose our Admiral. That's just the way things seem to work. We don't do very well with Admirals. We've got a fair bit of money. We could give some to Yerevan, make them friendly with us. Doesn't help all that much, but it helps a little bit. So I've got some units in place. Let's just go to the next turn, because most of my units are actually on their way in. So we're going to be getting a lot of units need orders right now. So you can wait there. You can also wait there, I suppose. That's not a bad place for you to be in. Ironclad has stopped moving because something is now occupying the space that I told it to go to. So let's get you to move. As you can see, we've got a nice little fleet of boats moving in here. This submarine is going to sit right there, because that seems like an ideal place. So let's finish the turn. So Austria do nothing, Germany do nothing, the Incans did nothing, Sweden moved a lot of units around but didn't declare war. This is what I'm waiting for. I'm really, really expecting on one of these turns it's just going to go, the Incans have declared war on you, or Sweden's declared war on you. So, but in this instance, no, it did not happen. And of course, we've got the barbarians causing some trouble. They're probably going to get bombarded by Melbourne on the next turn because they can't get out of there. So, okay then, let us have a look. We have got pirate ship near us. Well, you've just got yourself destroyed. That was nice and easy. As you can see, the cities are no longer firing arrows. They're actually firing missiles now, which is quite nice. Unit needs orders. You're going to set up so that you can fire at Helsinki on the next turn. We are actually going to need to build ourselves a melee unit that can capture it. We can do that in one of these cities at some point. Don't need to worry about that right now. So, yeah, hang tight for this turn. In fact, yeah, let's declare on you this turn, because hell, we can. So, declare war. What's going to happen here? They don't have any allied city-states, so we don't have to worry about that. We're going to lose 5 gold per turn, and a few trade routes, which are their trade routes, which I'm not bothered about, so that's absolutely fine. Let us go to war. So, we can't actually see with that trebuchet, which is very, very annoying. So what we can do is we can purchase right here. Now, we can't because we don't have any money. I was going to purchase a ship of the line and move it close enough forwards to be able to bombard Helsinki. So it looks like this plan to deal with Helsinki wasn't all that well thought out. But I can get out of range, so that's not too much of a problem. So let's go over here. And we shall we'll start doing what we do best, which is destroying stuff. So we're going to destroy these guys, because it's nice and easy. We are just going to fire at all your big ships. We are literally just going to sink this navy as quickly and as efficiently as we can. Didn't quite get that one, sadly. That's not too much of a problem. We'll have another shot at it. Now, I want to deal with the big boats. Let's move the submarines in. Submarines against wooden boats, it hardly seems fair. It actually works quite effectively. Here's the rest of our ships arriving. So units are going to need orders. Let's just move you up here out of the way for now. In fact, you might as well attack this. You'll be out of the range of the city and you'll do a stupid amount of damage to it. Unit needs orders. Submarine, what can we do with you? Not a lot, I don't think. You're literally just scouting around to see what's going on. Although what we can... Oh, can't quite make it. I was just going to go and steal that cargo ship that belongs to Sweden. Maybe I'll be able to get that on the next turn. Submarines can still pillage cargo ships, so that's not too much of a bad thing. How far is he going to get? Yeah, we'll be able to get him on the next turn. So that'll be a bit more extra gold in the bank. So not an awful lot went on that turn. Ah, the Inca's now an ally of Vilnius. Well, we need that to change. So that's certainly what I need to be spending my money on. Melbourne dealing with its pirate problem quite efficiently. So I think what I'll do is I will wrap up the next turn and then we'll be done. So you're going to go over here and you are going to plunder. 200 free gold. Graz has finished its public school, so again, let's go for these factories. Edinburgh is going to build a ship of the line. Let's not waste money on it. We have an upgrade over here. We're going to give you the extra range. We're going to take out the rest of your ships before you get any ideas about what you want to do with them. Actually quite tough, those little caravels. Let's just move our admiral up. Put a ship on top just to keep it safe. It'll be nice to get this, of course, because we'll get the Colossus as well. We are going to move up with you. You're still out of range of the city, so that's fine. And you have been sank, sir. You're going to move over here. You're still out of the city range, so you're fine. We're going to sink that one. Where's my submarine? You're going to come all the way over here. And you're going to sink that one, because it's furthest away. Not a problem there. Got a couple more boats that haven't moved. You can get over here. You're nicely out of the way of Stockholm as well. And you're going to fire at that galleass. And indeed, it is sank. Now, I've still got a lot of ships here. I'm going to move these ones in. These ones don't have the range on them at the moment. So, in fact, what you're going to do is you're going to move up here and take that out. So, just trying to make sure that they don't have anything that they can use to sneak up behind me with. I think we've cleared most of their boats out. And everyone else is basically just going to sit and do nothing until the end of the turn. Oh, that's convenient. Free monies. Let's do that. Where are you and what are you doing? Oh, you've just healed up. I see. That's what you're doing there. You're going to stay over on this side because I think we do need some defensive units. I think the Incans will get frisky sooner or later. I'm fully expecting it. You can sit there and do nothing. This submarine, what are you doing? Not an awful lot. Again, you're just really keeping your eye on the Incans to make sure they behave themselves. They've still got a bit of a navy up here, which is a bit problematic. Before we go on to the next turn, we'll just find Vilnius, because I've lost it. It's over here, isn't it? And right, another 17. So we'll give them another 1,000 gold. Definitely want to keep them on board with the amount of stuff they've got. So there we go. Didn't quite get as much done as I wanted. I never do, but I could quite easily make these games go on for hours at a time. The map is looking decidedly burgundy though, so we are doing very well here. You can see the massive amount of ships of the line surrounding Stockholm. That'll be next. I can't see Stockholm lasting through the next video, and then once I've dealt with Stockholm, it's just a matter of rushing as much as you can rush through 7 privateers, rushing through the Incans' front lines and grabbing Cusco, and that will be it. It will be game over. So, back to London, while I say thanks very much for watching, guys, and I hope you're still enjoying the series, and I'll see you next time. So until then, goodbye for now.